Good evening, Wayne. Nice with that. Commiserations about that. How disappointing is it?
I'm here to hopefully end the championship with a Grand Slam, if not a championship. But it wasn't to be. It came down to the last play of the game. So that was obviously very disappointing for the players and everybody concerned from our end. But obviously a pretty exciting game for those watching, no doubt.
Désolé, est-ce que vous êtes déçu? Évidemment, on jouait le Grand Chelem, mais bon, ça n'était pas acquis jusqu'à la fin. On est effectivement très déçus. Après, je pense que ça a été un match absolument fascinant à regarder pour les téléspectateurs.
What do you put it down to in the closing minutes? What happened?
Obviously, we were down players at that point, quite heavily down on the penalty count. I think it was 15-5 in the end. So we're on a final warning and we lost 2 players. So it was very, very difficult, obviously, to defend at that point, 13 on 14. But the guys had done tremendously well to hold out the French attacks at the goal line, which was several in that last few minutes. But obviously there was just one too many. But certainly our discipline in the last 10 minutes didn't help us at all.
Est-ce que vous avez une explication pour ce qui s'est passé au cours de ces dernières minutes? Déjà, il nous manquait un joueur, donc jouer en ayant perdu 2 joueurs, c'est difficile. Et puis, il y a eu de très, très nombreuses attaques des Français. Et il y en a eu clairement une de trop. Et je pense qu'on a eu un souci de discipline aussi dans les dernières minutes qui ne nous a pas aidés.
Shall I next?
Nick.
I'll go because can you hear me, Wayne? Wayne, everyone at home is kind of astonished at what happened. Can you talk us through how it feels being out there?
It's quite a numb feeling, really. The boys had put in such a fantastic effort. The game went pretty much to plan in the first half with, the French score a lot of points in that last 15, 20 minutes in the course of the competition. And we'd leaked a few at that point in previous games. So it was something we wanted to get to half-time sort of close, and we did it at 17-all, I think it was. And then I think for us to go ahead, 27-20, 20-odd minutes to go, and then there was a major point for us, which I thought we got a fantastic drive going, and there was a yellow card, and for me, I was expecting a bit more than the yellow card. I thought maybe a penalty try, but it wasn't given. So that was a bit frustrating because at that point, 34-20, I think it's probably championship and possibly Grand Slam.
Donc, question sur Teams. Chez nous, à la maison, on est évidemment sous le choc. Et comment vous sentez-vous là-bas sur place? Et réponse, c'est difficile. Les garçons ont fait un effort gigantesque pendant toute la première mi-temps. Et puis, il y a ces 15 dernières minutes qui ont changé le cours du match. Mais la première mi-temps, on voulait vraiment qu'elle soit serrée. Et ça a été le cas, on a réussi. Et ensuite, dans la deuxième mi-temps, 27-20. Et puis, il y a eu ces quelques minutes avec ce point important et le carton jaune. D'ailleurs, moi, sincèrement, j'attendais plus. Je pensais qu'on aurait un coup de pied de pénalité. Mais bon, ça n'a pas été accordé. Et puis après, le match a tourné.
I was going to mention the penalty try. Do you really feel that was the turning point in terms of your team losing the game?
They've been very difficult to beat at 34-20. You know, the lift that gives you, you know, French would have to score 3 times, even if they got back to score twice. A draw gives us the championship. So, yeah, look, it wasn't given, so we just had to continue on. And at the end of the day, the penalty count got up, and we're on a final warning, so you knew what was going to happen at that point. So, yeah, it was just desperately frustrating, and the players obviously, you know, got so close and yet so far. So it's a tough time for them, but you know, we have to be proud of the performance, proud of the effort they put in throughout the championship, and you know, go away now and and wait 7 days to see the outcome of next week's game, or 6 days.
Justement, j'allais vous parler de cette pénalité. Est-ce que vous pensez que ça a été le point tournant du match et ce qui a fait qu'au final, vous l'avez perdu? Bien, à un moment donné, on menait 24-20. Il fallait qu'ils viennent encore marquer. Ils ont remarqué 2 essais. Pardon, excusez-moi. Et ce fameux coup de pied qui a pas été, de pénalité qui n'a pas été accordé, bon, mais tant pis, il fallait continuer. Mais c'est vrai que c'était extrêmement frustrant. Les joueurs sont passés tellement près du Grand Chelem. C'est très dur pour eux, mais en même temps, on est fiers de l'effort qu'ils ont fait pendant tout le tournoi. Maintenant, la seule chose qu'on peut faire, c'est attendre les 7 ou 6 prochains jours de voir ce qui va se passer dans le match France-Écosse.
Hi, Wayne. Hi, Wayne. It's Will here. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm not getting you myself there.
I can hear you.
Thanks. Fabien Galtier's just done his press conference and made a quite extraordinary allegation that he essentially said that the Welsh players' reaction got Paul Willemse sent off. He said that Wales specialise in making their opponents get red cards. I mean, extraordinary thing to say. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I don't really have any comment to that. The match officials are running the game, and they have plenty of replays. And as you probably saw, it went on for some time, and they went through a process, and that's what the officials are there to do.
C'est Will. Fabien vient de faire sa conférence de presse et il a fait une déclaration assez surprenante. Il a semblé dire que les joueurs gallois avaient un peu une spécialité par leur réaction de faire en sorte que l'équipe adversaire récolte des cartons rouges. Est-ce que vous avez un commentaire à faire là-dessus? Non, je n'ai pas de commentaire à faire. Les arbitres ont regardé les vidéos pendant très longtemps, comme on l'a constaté. Et il y a une procédure à suivre et je pense que c'est ce qu'ils ont fait ce soir.
Wayne, how frustrating is it now that everything is out of your hands?
Yeah, very frustrating. You know, we were sitting there urging the team on in the last play of the game, and to go from potentially a Grand Slam performance to sitting back and waiting another 6 days is frustrating. But you know, there's nothing we can do now except sit back and watch that game next week.
Ouais, c'est très frustrant, j'imagine, à un moment donné, de sentir que vous n'avez plus le contrôle, que c'est plus entre vos mains. Réponse, oui, effectivement, c'était très frustrant. On ne pouvait rien faire. On était là et encourager les joueurs. Mais savoir on passait d'un grand chelem potentiel ce soir à devoir attendre l'issue du match de vendredi prochain, c'est effectivement très frustrant, mais on ne peut absolument rien y faire. Tout ce qu'on peut faire, c'est regarder le prochain match et attendre.
Hi, Wayne. Can you hear me? Yeah, good. Yeah, you mentioned the incident you thought might have been a penalty try. The decision making after you were given just the penalty, did that come from the box? It looked like one of the water carriers was trying to get a message on, and if so, did you give any thought to putting it in the corner and trying to kill the game yourselves?
Oh, look, we've got a very experienced captain, and we looked at the options open to us there. A scrum was an option, definitely. But we're quite comfortable with the 3 points at the time. We backed the decision of those on the field because they've got a feel for the game, obviously. And there's still plenty of time left in the game for us to build on that 10-point lead. So you don't scoff at 3 points with the 10-point lead. So, look, we're certainly not looking at that as a major incident in the game. It was more about the the lack of the 7 points, which we would have preferred.
Ouais, vous avez parlé justement de ce fameux coup de pied de pénalité, de la décision qui a été prise, et on a eu l'impression qu'il y a eu une discussion à un petit moment donné, qu'il y a eu un porteur d'eau qui est intervenu, qui est allé faire passer un message. Qu'est-ce que vous vouliez faire? Et réponse, bah, on a un capitaine qui est de toute façon extrêmement expérimenté, donc la mêlée était une option, mais de toute façon on avait quelques points d'avance, donc c'était confortable, il y avait encore assez de temps dans le match pour améliorer encore le score, donc je ne pense pas que ce soit un incident majeur. Ce qui est important, c'est les 7 points qu'on a perdus.
One more from myself, Wayne. Can you just explain the decision making around replacing Dan Bigger on 67 minutes? Was he carrying a knock or was that tactical?
He had some cramp in a calf just prior to that. And at that point, we felt like we needed some fresh legs. We were defending quite hard and we made multiple subs around that time.
Est-ce que vous pouvez nous expliquer le remplacement de Dan Biggar à la 67e minute? Est-ce que c'était tactique ou est-ce qu'il y avait un problème de blessure? En fait, il avait des crampes au mollet et on avait le sentiment qu'il était temps d'avoir des jambes plus fraîches.
Hi, Wayne. Can I ask another one, if that's okay?
Yep.
Apologies if you were asked this at the beginning, but can you just describe your emotions in that final extraordinary passage? I imagine heartbreak.
Yeah, it was. It was quite chaotic. You had the French management, obviously very vocal, and rightly so, because they were cheering their team on and wishing them on, and we were very vocal in terms of probably hoping for a big hit and a turnover. Look, it just had everything in that last 10 minutes, you know. So. Yeah, we'll probably go away and reflect on it and look back, and it was probably a hell of a game, but it was a frustrating last passage, certainly.
Désolée si on a peut-être déjà dit ça au début de l'intervention, mais quelle était votre émotion à la fin du match? C'est un crève-cœur. Réponse, bah oui, il y a eu un moment qui était chaotique. Du côté du staff français, forcément, ça faisait pas mal de bruit parce qu'ils encourageaient leur équipe. Et ces 10 dernières minutes ont fait la différence. Après, peut-être qu'on va y repenser par la suite, mais clairement, c'était un dernier moment du match très frustrant.
Hi Wayne, it's Hugh Godwin. Can you hear me? Hi Wayne, it's Hugh Godwin.
Hi,
Hugh Godwin.
I can hear you.
France, to win the title, they need to get a bonus point next week and beat Scotland by at least 20 points. How do you rate their chances of doing that?
I hope they don't. Look, it's a tough one, isn't it? Look, it's a very, very good French side, as you saw today when you know we got to a position in the game where I felt we should have kicked on, but look, they just kept coming and kept coming. There are a lot of big men. They come hard onto the ball. They put us under a lot of pressure, and especially at home, obviously they're a quality side, and it's going to be a tough ask for Scotland to come here and win the game. But look, we'll be watching eagerly, and we'll just wait and see what happens.